Maybe this works better. Hopefully. I feel so bad. Let's hope this works. Crossing my fingers. Hey, I'm crossing my fingers that this works. Is the phone better than the computer, I hope? Otherwise, YouTube's just terrible at live streaming, I guess. I'm so sorry, everyone. Alrighty. Let's just keep it rolling like it didn't stop then. Wormy? I didn't expect that. Actually, Wormy, you're the last. I do love Sonic the Hedgehog. I was actually, right before the stream, watching Sonic X. Favorite characters? Shadow and Cream. And of course, non-game character is Chris Thorndyke. I don't care what everyone says, I love Chris. Chris sympathy. My favorite thing about Sophia herself or about the show? Because about Sophia herself, I guess I just love her bubbly personality, how she's always optimistic. She just, no matter what, if you want her to be strong, she's strong. If you want her to be smart, she's smart. If you want her to be kind and loyal, she's kind and loyal. Like, no matter what, if there's a positive trait, she has it. And my favorite thing about the show is just, I guess, the environment of it and all the characters. Because the royal prep, all the princes and princesses are my favorite part of the show. I love the episodes revolving around those characters. And a random Disney princess. Honestly, probably either Anna or Giselle. So yeah, I'd go with either Anna or Giselle. I've seen the Descendants series, but I don't care for it. Only reason I watched is because of Cameron Boyce. I love him. Rip. So, you guys think you want to go ahead and hear one of me, like my fanfics, hear me read one of them? So I'm only going to read ones that are not already on YouTube, because you can hear me read those all the time, right? Because they're already on there. So I'm probably gonna give you guys a few options, and then you guys can vote for which one. So my votes would either be for, do you guys want it to be like a long story or one of my shorter ones? Like a full-length episode story, or just a short, fun story? Long? All right, so if we're going with long, I'd go with either, So, I wonder if I can do a poll, start a poll. There we go. I'm gonna list ones and then you guys vote. Then I'm gonna go with And lastly, since it's around that time, I'll probably include and lastly, there we go. Now, let's see what you guys vote. And I guess it froze earlier when I was bringing this up, but I like all my stories feeling as though they're real episodes of the show. And so I just don't feel like Winnie the Pooh would make sense in Sophia the First. Because everyone else who guest stars in it, it makes sense for them to be in Sophia's world. Like when I added Varian, we've seen Rapunzel, so Varian makes sense. All right. I'm gonna wait for a few more votes. It looks about evened out. I can remind you guys what they are. So, a Wassalia Wish is basically Amber's version of the Christmas Carol. Tours and Matchmaking is basically Desmond getting a tour of Enchantia, and then someone noticed this and tries to do matchmaking between him and Amber while he's there. Protector Prince is basically Hugo begins his training to become a protector. So we see why and how he starts his protector training. At the end, ooh, voice crack. Love and Music is basically Princess Vivian falling for a village boy, Vincent. And he loves music just as much. But right when they hit it off, Vivian is also hit with devastating news. So, and it looks like, all right, looks like everyone's voting for Wassalia Wish. Any last votes? pulling it up. All right, here we go. The best day of the year is tomorrow, Amber told her twin brother. The day of the year where I get presents all to myself, where I don't have to share them with my twin, and it's just a few hours away. Yeah, Wasalia is totally the holiday that brings the most love and joy, James agreed. Amber confusedly looked at him, adding how he didn't even mention how it also brings the most presents. Oh, yeah, that's true. I guess it's just not as important, James replied. Not important? Amber questioned. She suddenly saw Sophia walking towards her room holding a box that was all wrapped up with a bow. Bloop. I'm gonna move it so my phone isn't in the way. If it'll let me. Jeez. Oh my gosh. This is not working. It's much easier to do it the other way around. All right, guess I'll just stick to it like this. All right. She suddenly saw Sophia walking towards her room holding a box that was all wrapped up with a bow. And Amber turned to James going, "See? Sophia thinks receiving gifts is important." Huh? Sophia said, turning around as she overheard this. "Oh, hi guys," she said, seeing her siblings. Amber quickly told her sister to explain to James how getting presents is the most important part of Wasalia. Oh, Sophia began to giggle. "Amber, that's not true at all. Opening gifts isn't what I look forward to." "Then why are you holding a present?" Amber wondered. "This isn't a gift I'm getting. I made this for my friend, and am bringing it to my room. I'm excited about giving everyone gifts, not receiving my own," Sophia explained. Later that night, Amber laid in her bed as she tossed and turned. I wish I understood what James and Sophia were talking about. Does no one else care about presents? She thought aloud. Of course they do, but that's not all they focus on, an unfamiliar voice replied. Amber quickly sat up and gasped, asking who was there. A beautiful mid-aged woman with golden hair and a white dress floated in. "I am the ghost of Wasalia, but you can call me Carol," the ghost explained. Amber simply stated how she didn't understand. "I'm here to help show you what Wasalia is all about. Here, take my hand," Carol told the princess. Amber fearfully reached forward and took Carol's hand. Next thing they knew, they flew into the throne room. Amber saw Roland placing gifts under the tree. "Daddy!" Amber cried. However, Roland had no reaction. "I don't understand. He didn't hear me." "We are just observing, and we're not exactly in the throne room right now," Carol explained. Amber seemed confused until Carol smiled and pointed forward. "All right, you can come in now," Roland excitedly said. Suddenly, two little kids rushed by Amber and Carol. "Happy Wasalia James and Amber," Roland announced. Amber gasped and followed, going, "Is that?" Carol gave a simple nod as she went, "Mm-hmm. It's you and your brother James, many wasalias ago. Welcome to the past." Young James and Amber started rampaging through the presents. 4-year-old James picked up a gift and started shaking it. "Hey, that one's mine," young Amber cried with an attitude. James then handed the box over to the 4-year-old Amber and apologized. Young Amber then looked up, going, "Daddy, I also wanted a unicorn. I told you that yesterday." "I'm sorry, Amber. I can't find a unicorn on such short notice," Roland told his daughter. Young Amber grumpily folded her arms. She turned, watching James open his next gift. He pulled out a set of crayons and thanked the king, making the young Amber go, "Hey, I wanted that!" Watching all of this, Carol looked to her left to see Princess Amber with a dropped jaw. "What's wrong with me? Was this really the way I acted?" Amber questioned. "I'm afraid so," Carol answered. "All you cared about on this day was getting gifts for many years." "I didn't even say thank you," Amber realized. "I'm more focused on the presents than on my own family. And Daddy was the one who went through the trouble of getting me all these gifts." The two watched the scene. Amber's guilt filled more and more. She then sighed and stated, "Mom and Sophia aren't even with us at this point. I should have been thankful for what little family I had at that point, but I wasn't." Carol turned towards Amber and suggested to remind Amber of her first Rosalia that she was with Sophia and Miranda. Amber took Carol's hand and they zoomed to the other room. They saw Miranda in a poofy red dress. "Perhaps, but maybe someone should go out and make sure that's all it is," Miranda said to the constable. "I remember this Rosalia. Daddy was missing, and so we went out to look for him," Amber told Carol. Carol then pointed forward and had Amber pay attention to how her past self acted. "I want to go too," 8-year-old Sophia cried. 9-year-old James automatically followed, saying how if Sophia was going, then he was as well. Past Amber pondered a bit until she tried to state innocently, "I'll stay here and mind the presents." However, Miranda suggested that they all go to surprise the king. The past Amber then sighed and frustratedly grunted, falling on the ground in a pout. "Anything you notice?" Carol asked. Amber paused and looked at the ground with guilt, telling Carol how she was more concerned about her presence than making sure her father was okay. Sophia began rushing up the stairs and said she was going to get ready. James quickly began chasing after, saying that he was too. Past Sophia encouraged Amber to come as well. This made Past Amber shake her head with a sigh and disappointingly reply, "Oh, okay." Amber also got to experience seeing her past self try to bring dozens of presents for herself on the trip to look for the king. While watching herself, she simply stated, "I know presents are a big deal, but did I really think they were more important than finding Daddy? Just look how selfless Sophia is being. She's so eager to find Daddy, almost as if the gifts are the least of her worries." Carol then smirked, going, "Speaking of Sophia, come with me," and held her hand back out. Amber asked if they were going to see young Sophia, And Carol replied, "Not exactly." Amber once again took Carol's hand, and the two flew through the castle up to Sophia's room. Sophia was there wrapping gifts and talking to her pet bunny. They had returned to the present. "You think Krista will like this ornament? Look, I painted a picture of both of us on it," Sophia said as she showed Clover the gift, and he sniffled back. Sophia giggled in return, going, "Yeah, I know, but she does so much for me. She deserves a gift too." Amber chuckled a bit before going, "Sophia sure does love talking to that bunny." Clover sniffled some more, making Amber just questionably go, "Here, let me fix that," Carol said as she waved her wand. Suddenly, Amber could actually hear words coming from Clover's mouth instead of rabbit noises. "Now you can fully experience the scene," Carol told Amber. Sophia was carefully wrapping each gift. "What do you think you'll be getting for Wasalia, Sophia?" Clover asked. "Me?" Sophia replied. "I'm not sure, but I am sure that whatever everyone gets me will be perfect. The fact that they even got presents for me fills me with joy. It shows I'm one of the people that they thought about on this special holiday," Sophia answered. She then finished, "And to be honest, I'm more excited about seeing what everyone thinks of the gifts I got them. Seeing that they are happy is what makes me happy." Amber had a calming smile as she told Carol, "Sophia has always been so kind-hearted. She has always cared more about others' happiness than her own." Sophia then turned to Clover, going, "Besides the fact that I get to spend time with all of them is enough of a gift for me. And tomorrow, I get to spend part of Wasalia in the Mystic Isles as well. I get to spend the holiday with my friends from the Isles and my family. That's the greatest gift of all." Amber was suddenly speechless. Carol was filled with delight when she could tell that Amber was coming to a realization. "We have 2 more stops ahead," Carol announced before grabbing Amber's hand and zooming through the castle. Amber was quite confused when she stated that they just went back to her room. But take a closer look," Carol replied. Amber squinted her eyes until she noticed the door opening and 2 people coming in the room. One was male with cinnamon-colored hair, and the other was female with beautiful golden hair. They seemed to be in their 20s, but Amber didn't know who either of them were. She asked Carol why they were in her room. As if to answer her question, the male went, "This is our first Wasalia together, Amber." Amber gave a slight gasp, making Carol give a small laugh. The female stated that she was so thankful they were there together. "Is that who I think it is?" Amber pondered. Carol nodded and told her how that was her in the future. Before she could say who the male was, Amber cried, "Wait! Don't tell me! I know that's supposed to be my future husband, but who? He looks familiar." Carol reminded her how she will know in the future. But for now, she should focus on what was currently going on. Future Amber then told her husband, "The past few months, I've been wondering when my father will step down from being king so we can get his room. But you know what? Tonight, I don't really care about that. I'm just thankful that we can still be here together." The husband took off his blue jacket and hung it up. He then placed his arm around Amber, going, "Family is the best part of Wasalia. I still can't believe Sophia had time to visit." The two continued on a long conversation on how thankful they were to get to spend this holiday together along with the rest of Amber's family. Not once did Amber mention any presents she got. "Happy Wassalia, Amber," the husband concluded as they sat on the bed. "Happy Wassalia to you too," future Amber replied with a hug. Amber was still realizing how he looked familiar, but before she could come to a conclusion, Carol told her it was time for the last trip. They had returned to the throne room. This time, there was a 6-year-old girl with Amber and her husband. It was their daughter. "Mama, aren't we going to light the candle?" the young girl asked. Her parents reminded her that it was the most important Wassalia tradition, so they surely wouldn't miss it. Princess Amber paused in curiosity. "It's just a candle. Why would my future self say it's so important?" she questioned. Future Amber picked up the Wassalia candle and handed it to their daughter. She reminded them that they will continue to do it like tradition. "Yes, you get to hold the candle, Adeline. Your mom will light the candle as I recite a wish," her husband added. Future Amber then lit the stick in preparation. She gave a nod and her husband smiled back and announced, "By the light of this candle, we wish good tidings upon all in Chancia. We will forever cherish those we love and always hope the best for those we haven't gotten to know yet. But most of all, we wish for another great year with precious time with our family." Amber then witnessed as her older self lit the Wassalia candle and her future husband embracing in a group hug. "Wow, we all participated in the lighting of the ceremonial candle together. My family has never done it that way before. But to be honest, I kind of like it. Shows the whole meaning of family and love," Amber realized. She then paused and added, "Wait a minute. That's it! Wassalia is meant to express thankfulness, love, and family." Carol responded with a gentle smile. Suddenly, Amber was back in bed. She quickly sat up and looked all around. She even began to wonder if that whole experience was just a dream. But she knew it couldn't be due to the amazing detail and the fact that she was literally experiencing everything that had happened in the past, present, and even the future. Once she put on her new, beautiful green and blue Wassalia dress, she went out in the hallway crying, "Happy Wassalia!" James walked out of his room and chuckled how she was in a good mood. "Yes, well, I just want to make this the best Wassalia ever, for everyone." Next, Sophia joined them in the hallway. Amber automatically embraced her sister in a hug, going, "Happy Wassalia, Sophia." "Oh, happy Wassalia to you too, Amber," Sophia replied, quite shocked. "You excited to see what gifts you got?" Amber shook her head and answered, "I'm just excited to spend time with my family and for us to make memories to cherish for years." James began to laugh and joked, "Whoa, did Amber get abducted and replaced by an alien or something?" Amber joined in the laughter and clarified that she simply learned a very valuable lesson last night. She then looked up and mumbled a grateful thank you to Carol. Later that day, as night began to fall, the family was in the throne room. However, Sophia was running pretty late. Her parents grew suspicious, asking where Sophia had been all day. Amber knew she had to cover for her sister being in the Mystic Isles and automatically clarified, "Oh, she went to give presents to all her friends outside in Chancia, like, Vivian, Hugo, Cleo, Hildy, Desmond, and plenty of others. Must take a while to travel to a bunch of kingdoms, right? Roland sighed how late it was getting and that maybe they should just light the candle without her. Amber then cried, "No! The lighting of the candle is special. The whole family should be here to do it. Let's just give Sophia a bit more time." Just then, Sophia came dashing in the room. It was pretty obvious that she had just changed clothes in a rush due to her tiara being crooked and her shoes being on the wrong feet. "Sorry I'm late. That took a lot longer than expected," Sophia apologized. Miranda told her how it was all right, since traveling to all of those kingdoms takes up a lot of time. Sophia was a bit confused until Amber looked at her with a wink. She was then able to tell that her sister had covered for her. Sophia gave a nod to Amber as if to thank her. "So, are we doing presents or the candle first?" Sophia wondered. Amber stepped in, going, "Wait, before we do the candle, I have an idea in mind. You know how Daddy always lights the candle and makes a wish as we all watch?" Everyone else nodded, not exactly knowing where this was going. "Well, what if we all find a way to participate? For example, James and I can hold the candle, Sophia can light the stick and hand it to Mom, Daddy can recite the wish, and Mom can then light the candle. You see? That way the whole family can be part of it, as if to symbolize the importance of family and love, just like Visalia is supposed to do. It can be a new family tradition," Amber suggested. Everyone else loved the idea. The family gathered around the candle and participated in the lighting of the ceremonial candle together. Afterwards, Sophia hugged her sister and told her, "I'm really proud of you, Amber. I've never seen you be this caring on Visalia." "Well, you are a really good example for me, Sophia," Amber replied as she hugged her sister back. The end. All right. And I think lastly, we will do the Kahoot game. That is if there's enough people, but here. And I'm just gonna, nope, it won't let me turn. Thank you. All right, so everyone, now everyone can join the Kahoot game and see who knows Sophia the first and my stories the best. You just go to kahoot.it and then it'll tell you to enter a game pin and it's right here. Awesome. Sorry, shaking a bit. Looks like we're still waiting on a bit more people. I'd say 3. Just let me know if you're not planning to join so I don't wait for the exact amount of people. So is it just 2 people? Is anyone else wanting to play? You go to Kahoot.it. So you go to www.kahoot.it, and then it'll tell you to enter a game pin. Yes, I remember the little engine that could. All right. Anyone else want to join, or is it just, all right. Looks like we'll start then. I wonder if there's a good way to, all right. Actually, I'm gonna turn the lights off real quick so it's easier to see. But I'll let you see this first. All right, let me go turn off the lights so it's easier to read. All right. Cedric didn't even answer. It's all right. You can just re-enter. The game pin's right at the bottom. It's right at the bottom, right here. I'm trying. It won't let me type on my phone. Here, can someone type it for me so I can pin it? Awesome. Thank you, Andrew. What? There we go. Remember, these are timed, and if you answer it sooner, then you get more points. Hugo is heir to the throne in his kingdom. True or false? Which of these characters has not had an official crush on someone in the show? Sophia, Cedric, Amber, or Jade? Who has not had an official crush on someone? Who was the alchemist in my fan fiction? Mateo, Varian, Desmond, or Sophia? All right, guys. True or false? Crackle has a crush on Clover. Wormwood is winning. In my fan fictions, what are Hugo and Sophia's futures? King and queen of Hugo's kingdom, protectors of the Everrealm, adventurers, or advisors in Enchantia? True or false? Sophia has visited Wailing twice. She's visited it more than twice. Who does Vivian become in an arranged marriage with in the fanfiction Love and Music? Khalid, Vincent, Jen, or James? Jen. She does not want to be with Jen, but she's forced to in an arranged marriage. How does Amber react when Desmond confesses his true feelings? She knew all along, so she didn't have a reaction. She's disturbed and rejects him. She laughs and doesn't believe him, or she is shocked but glad that she knows now. You guys can read ahead, by the way. You don't have to wait for me to say it. I'm just helping those who can't see it. Why does Hugo not admit to his dad that he ice dances? He wants time alone with Sophia. He is scared that his dad won't approve. He is indecisive if he actually likes it more than hockey, or he does not trust his dad. Nice. True or false? Miss Nettle has reformed. Oh, Miss Nettle's your favorite, right, Wormy? Xandar and Hildegard are only seen together during Two to Tango. It's false, because they're also in Bailiwick's Day Off. All right, Jenna. Who is James's best friend? Hugo, Desmond, Xandar, or Khalid? Nice job, everyone. Which object did Khalid and Vivian plan to make at first for the Enchanted Science Fair? Glowing glaze, forever bubbles, lightning in a bottle, or floating solar system? Which prince discovered why the princesses were tired and where they went in the 12 Dancing Princesses? Hugo, Desmond, Xandar, or James? Who was the valedictorian at Royal Prep's graduation? Sophia, Desmond, Kari, or Amber? Yep, Desmond. Oof, I made Desmond the answer 2 times in a row. I wonder if that's biased or coincidence. True or false? James is going to be king of Enchantia. What did Hugo and Sophia do during the fanfiction Vacation Castaways? Fix the ship, figure out why the ship crashed, relax together on the beach with beautiful sunset, or build a shelter? Which of these ships is not yet official in the fanfics? Hugfia, Desamber, Vivicent, or Jamesabel? Yep. Great job, guys. Which of these is not a song during the Floating Palace special? Moment to Shine, Maraway Cove, or The Love We Share? True or false? Hugo and Sophia are the first ones we see to pair off together when choosing who their skating partner will be. What does Clover say his favorite sport is in When You Wish Upon a Well? Eating, hopscotch, sleeping, or nothing? It's sleeping. The only episode where Hildegard is the main character is The Princess Stays in the Picture. True or false? Oh, it's false, because she's also main in The Lost Pyramid. Which character tried to play matchmaker for Desmond and Amber during the fanfiction Tours and Matchmaking? Oh, if you guys chose this one, you would have known the answer. Oh, wow. Good job, guys. And lastly, which school did Sophia choose to go to in the Royal School Fair? For now, Performing Arts Academy, Everrealm Academy, Chivalry Hall, or the Corinthian Sports School? Alrighty. I think Wormy cheated. That's my theory. I think Wormy cheated. Who agrees? Who thinks Wormy cheated? All right. That should about wrap it up for now. Any last things you guys want to talk about before it ends? Aw. I'm glad you guys liked it. I stayed up making that last night. All right, Jenna? Actually, yes. I do like Star Wars, especially Anakin. Oh, I don't like the sequels, though. Just original and prequels. All right. I think that's about it, unless no one else wants to say anything. Because I'm probably still up for a few more questions. I think we have time. I did this in celebration of reaching 8,000 subscribers, but I mean, if everyone wants me to, if people suggest it enough, I'll probably try to do it more. Thanks. Yeah, my day's about pretty average, I'd say. But it's a lot better now because I got to do this with you guys. All right, well, I tried to make a tier list before, but for some reason, I couldn't figure out how to screen record on my computer anymore. So I'll try to work on that, because I have one in mind. My favorite Everrealm queen? Does Elena count? Queen Elena? Oh, I'm always making Sophia the first edits. I mean, usually though, my Sophia edits are ship related, but all right, well, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm so sorry for my computer not working and having to restart the live stream like twice. But I do hope to hear from you guys a lot in my YouTube, in my comment section, because this was super fun. I wish you guys interacted with me more. Because, fun fact, I love reading comments more than I do seeing likes. If I have a bunch of comments, I love reading them because I'm invested with you guys. I get to see your thoughts. So, I always prefer comments, if that helps. Oh, hi Jonathan. We're about to end the stream in about 3 minutes, so a bit late, but is there anything you wanted to ask me? Yeah, the game's finished. Okay. I mean, if you played, it wouldn't have been boring. I'm just saying. Well, I guess with that, I'll close it off since I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm not going to answer that because that sounds boring. I got bored reading that comment. How does that feel? All right, well, I hope the rest of you guys have a great rest of your day. So hope to hear from you more. Bye, guys.